everyone. So today I wanted to talk about addictions. So um this is new for me. I've never really shared my experiences before. But you know, recently I'd say when I was like 25 years old, um I had some addictions, especially to, weed and vaping. So, okay, let me rewind a little bit. I was kind of introduced to these things from other people, some close friends, and I don't judge. I really don't judge. I totally have experienced a lot of stress and anxiety, so I understand why, going towards something like, you know, THC is considered it's stress relieving. It really is. Smoking cigarettes or whatever the case, it is a stress relief. It takes your mind off of the present moment. You're doing that, hand to mouth kind of gesture, and it just alleviates a lot of things. But in actuality, it is an addiction. Like, it is something that is external that you're relying on for your body, like, to calm down. Um, and when I first started doing this, it was, when it was brand new to me, I was kind of, scared. I didn't really know much about it. I thought this is really bad for you and all those things. And, I know that that's a very mixed topic, but in all actuality, um, any kind of external drug is going to lower your vibration. And that's just a fact. You are going to lower your energy because you're using something external to alleviate internal feelings and emotions. So it doesn't work like that. Everything inside of you comes out. Um, like, that's how it's supposed to be. Energy is from the in and it comes out. So you trying to force something from the outside to come inside to influence or change something, it doesn't really work. And then you become like 100% reliant on this external thing to alleviate your issues, to take your mind off of things. That's why you have to go back to it again and again and again. I've experienced this. I know this. When I'm feeling stressed out, when I was having a bad day, I was feeling like, I just can't handle the anxiety. I can't handle all of the overwhelming feelings and things that I'm experiencing, especially other people's projections, because I am empathic. So when I feel all these overwhelming emotions from other people, I'm just like, I can't do it. It's too much. It's too much to handle. But really, I was just running away from things that I needed to process, things that I needed to work through myself. It may have been other people's negative emotions, but it's also things that would trigger me that I needed to actually review and look in myself and be like, okay, why is this triggering me? There's something that's not healed there. Because when you're unhealed, that's when you're triggered. So going back to, external things, when you're, trying to find something outside of yourself, it just never works. That's why people overeat. That's why people smoke. That's why people get into these things, and it's just different levels, you know. Like, you can be a functional drug addict or whatever you want to call it, all day. And I was one myself, I guess, if you're using that same vocabulary. But it's just like, it doesn't do you any good in the end. I've struggled with it where I would go through like a couple years of doing it because I was in a stressful relationship and I wanted to get my mind off of that. And especially work situations where people were just, really kind of rude and nasty. And it's just a lot, especially when you feel like you have no one on your side, like no one listens to you. Even if you have people that you talk to, like that was my experience. I had people that I would talk to and I would vent to, but then going into that every single day, you really have to be strong. You have to have thick skin to kind of deal with that. And so, an avenue of me escaping what I had to face every day was, vaping as one aspect. And then when I would go home, I would wind down. But it made me super, super lazy. And I don't like that. I'm not a lazy person. I never have been. So putting myself in that position, I was really just hurting myself, continuing to do these things. Like, you really have to take a step back and be like, okay, why do I do this? Like, why is it necessary to have anything external? The only thing we need to be putting into our bodies is for nutrition, to raise our vibration, to keep our energy levels good, to keep us healthy. We shouldn't be overindulging in anything because ultimately you're just hurting yourself. That's just that's just what it is. I've had to learn this the hard way. It was like 3 times, I think, where I've quit, then I went back, then I quit, then I went back. I was hiding it from everybody, hiding it out of shame, out of fear of judgment from other people, you know. Even though I was able to completely function properly, it didn't really affect my work as much, but it affected me. Like, it affected my physical body, my temple. And, that's why the Bible says to watch over your temple, to treat your temple well, because this is the one life you're living right now in this experience. And you need to treat your body well. Why not be the best that you can possibly be? Like, all these other things that are external, they're just all lies. It all comes from a place of, control. Like, you're, it's essentially your God. Anything that you're doing like that you feel like you have to do to be okay to live, like, that's your God. That's who you're serving. That's what you're putting your energy into. You spend money on it, you spend time on it, you have to connect with people, you have to call people, you have to sit around and wait. You have to take money out of your pocket. And then when it's gone, you have to go get more. And then you have to wait. You know what I mean? Like, you're spending that time and energy could be spent towards developing something, creating something for yourself. It's time and energy that could be spent well somewhere else instead of in something that's temporary, and you have to continuously indulge in it in order to get those benefits. Like, it's, you're you're fooling yourself. You really are. And I was in the same place. I'm thinking, oh, this is okay. I'm not harming anybody. I can do what I want. It doesn't matter. But I love myself. And that's the difference. I don't, like I said, I'm not judging you. If you want to continue doing it, if you feel like that's what you do, I support you where you are. I'm not judging you at all. I'm just sharing my experience and telling you the truth of it, the truth that I've experienced, and realizing that it hasn't served me. It's taken away from me. It's been inhibiting to me financially, inhibiting to me, um, emotionally, like feeling as if I have to do these things in order to feel okay with myself because I was unhappy. I was unhappy in my circumstances. I was unhappy in relationships. So I did these things to distract myself from the reality of what I had to experience on a daily. And most people are in that same place. They just want to unwind and, relax. But it gets to the point where if you're you have to do this on a daily basis to feel okay, that's not cool. That it's not going to serve you in the end. It's only going to take away from you. And ultimately, it makes you lazy. It really, really does. Like, I was like pretty much a couch potato. I didn't even want to do the dishes. I didn't want to do anything. I still did what I had to do, but it was more difficult because I just wanted to sit there and just exist. Like, that doesn't go with how we were created. We're meant to create. We're meant to use our gifts. We're meant to use our talents to share with other people. We're all here living a life, learning lessons, and we're supposed to connect with God. These things separate you. They separate you from the truth of who you are. So, you know, I'm just I'm just letting you know the truth of it. I know that this may bring some conviction, maybe some things you haven't wanted to face or think about. I've had to sit with those same emotions. Like, I'm like, no, I can keep doing this. It doesn't hurt anybody. I'm not hurting anybody. But ultimately, I am hurting people because I have gifts and talents that I should be sharing with others, but doing those things holds me back. It makes me lazy. It makes me not want to do anything because I'm so worried about my experience and how horrible life is, or whatever the lies I was believing at the time. And now I've broken free of that. I've broken free of that recently, and I feel so much better. My energy is up, way up. Um, and everything that I've done, like, you feel the difference once you let that go. You start to feel different, and you can process the emotions in a healthier way so that they're not bogged down. You can meditate, you can connect with God, you can pray, you can do all these things to get your mind off of what's happening, the negative situations, because you create your reality. So there's no need to continue to indulge in things that just, you know, stop you. And yeah, so I wanted to share that with everyone. It's a very difficult topic. I understand that. Um, you know, like I said, I support you where you are. Everything takes time. It's not so easy to just get rid of things like this all the time. It's an addiction. It really is. And it's difficult to let those things go. But you're going to have to come to a point where it's like, okay, does this serve me? Is it giving or is it taking? Um, so I hope you can consider that. I hope you feel the love that I'm sending you because this all comes from a place of love. It is not judgment, it is not anything negative, I promise. Um, so, yeah, I hope you can consider it, sit with it, pray about it, meditate on it, and yeah, just make better decisions for yourself for the betterment of everybody, especially you. So, yeah. All right. I hope you have a great day. Bye.